Hello Cobrats, and welcome back to Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. I am TryclydeTamer. Things are looking a little different. Not that it's 6 months later or even longer since I did way back in September, June 12th right now. Just 6 months into 2019. I played the 3DS version. Of course, not permanently from this point on, but I just want to show a little bit of stuff off. Last time here at the Tower of Yick, we were inside Bowser. We got to the end of the energy hold. We defeated Wisdom and got the first star cure from her. And this time, it's gonna be a bit of a collectathon episode. It's gonna do a little bit of stuff. I'm gonna go on out here, slam this thing down, and just make ourselves a little tiny bridge, but maybe not do too much beyond that, because I don't know what this is all going on here. Is that, hey minion, hold up! I can even speed up with the R button too. It's like I'm playing an emulator game. But yeah, I don't want to go too far beyond that because I want to actually do the story stuff on the 3DS, or, well, the regular DS version. So that's enough here in the Bumpsy Flames Blubble Lake music. We're going to go down to the bottom screen and go to the challenge node as Mario and Luigi. Alright, let's check our gear here on the 3DS version because things are a little bit different. Got all these options. Let's go to my badges because I want to have POW up 20% for 3 turns, alright. Gear, we got Brothers Wear, which does that. Share the BP cost, fill up socks, increase POW when badge meter is filled, and increase the Brothers attack power for a small amount with the special boots there. It's kind of annoying that it goes Bowser before it goes Luigi, but yeah. Pretty much a POW setup right here as well. So yeah, looking pretty good. And you can also go down to your records and check things out. I got all the 11 beans in the energy hold anyway. But at least you get a nice little collection of everything. I'm not sure if I got all those blocks, but as long as I get all the equipment in the game, in the DS version, that's what I mostly care about. But anyway, let's go to the Callisto Road challenge here, but it's not the Callisto Road, it's the Gauntlet. Do you dare to fight these remorseless enemies in Globin battle? Onward to Globin! Alright, so I might start doing a little bit of split screen here because I recorded with a test situation way back in September when I got my 3DS back from Utah. Let's go to boss battle. We got class 1 and class 2. I might do these two because I did both of those back in September or whenever I recorded that little attempt of stuff. We got Dermite X to fight. I think I did it briefly on the DS version. Oh yeah, we got 3DS stuff of everything. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go all out. Should I do Super Bouncer? Might as well. It's a little bit different in this version. Some things are different, some things are similar. Some things may be easier, some things may be harder. So, yeah, let's hope I don't mess that up. Let split screen happen whenever it's appropriate because things might run a little bit slower in the 3DS version based on the aesthetical stuff, like Mario doing that, and then you gotta do that, and Luigi, and as soon as you hit that, you gotta do it for the excellent. Press your B button again. 187. Might take a while for my badge meter to go up. Gotta be careful. Oop, there we go. Just don't poop upon me. Just don't stomp him, and okay. Might as well take the damage before doing more to Luigi anyway. And you got these guys probably gonna come dashing at me. Yep. Oh man. Didn't quite get my timing right. Jeez, I'm not doing too great here. Might have to give this another attempt. Yeah, let's do Yoo-Hoo Cannon for a nice all-encompassing thing. I don't think this is quite as streamlined as it is in the regular DS version, because it kind of goes all over the place. Trying to remember where all the Mario locations are. And Luigi there, and a Mario there. Did I hit the straw at all? I think I did. There it goes, so she doesn't heal up at all. Shing. Oop, not quite. Okay, there we go. That's a little better, but of course I still want to focus on the thing itself. So how about we do jump helmet upon Dermite? Love the music, and we get to the crazy part. Oh, should be fine on that. Actually, I think it was a big floopy jump anyway, but that was a straight up failure. Your body in the sand instead of your head. Alright, yeah. Alright, here she's gonna do this. It's gonna be pretty swift. And, oop, yeah, a little bit longer doing that. Things are a little sloppy here, so I don't know, I might have to give this another attempt, but I'm showing things while I'm going around. Might as well keep things like this while it's a collectathon episode and also kind of a catch-up, you know? Alright, just gotta focus on this a little bit. I had a little bit of frustration in the 3DS version getting the jump helmet challenge, but not quite as much as the regular DS version. It's a weird combination of things to switch back and forth between. And of course, all boss battles have that Fury mode. You have to go into it and have that happen when you're about done with the fight. And one thing I like is that Fire Flower is a lot easier to use. Alright, just keep it nice and brisk. When it switches to a brother, you have to use that there brother, and you get to the end right here, when you're almost guaranteed an excellent as long as you do enough mashing. There you go. Excelente. Oh yeah, as they all say. And both brothers say, oh yeah, and they do the green shell situation that pretty much has been the same since Dream Team. Of course, in the game's actually used green shell the way it does. So I guess Paper Jam. Is it in Paper Jam? I don't know. It's kind of a weird combination of things. I think like they have the copter attack that I can't really remember. Oh, blah blah. Man, we were really low on HP. So yeah, let's do. Okay, I guess I can't. Yeah, let's do green shell just to show what it's like. To show that shell hath no fury. Haha. I don't know why I punned like that. It's kind of weird because I think it's still detaching to the straw even if its HP is down within like the first couple hits. Usually it's not really like that because if it detects an enemy death, usually things actually despawn. So yeah, it's a weird combination of stuff. Just one minor gripe of everything. Let's do another Super Bouncer, and yeah, we're kind of running low on our turns because we do have a limited amount to deal with. Yeah, the ball's a little bigger, but Luigi's just pawn it instead of like latched upon. A bit more comical, I guess. Oh, yep. Not quite the best range for this thing. What do we got? Anything new? Well, maybe I could try to dodge this thing for once. Nope, it ain't happening. I just need to focus, and you can actually turn on 3DS slider. And there's death. I don't have anything equipped to make things easier on jumping as well, so I might actually die. Let's see if I can make these jumps. Oh, no, that was a very quick border crossing thing. Oh no, I've did a failure. How dare I do the thing? Alright, yeah, I might as well show what this is like. Defeated. Alright, I think I'm gonna edit back until I get to the point. I am at level 18, so I should be able to handle this, you know. Oh boy, here comes the hammer attack. I was wondering when that was gonna happen. Didn't quite get it taken down, and there are those guys again. Beautimus. Ouchie. Oh yeah, I was just thinking how much easier the Yoo-Hoo Cannon challenge was. It didn't actually speed up while I went through it, so that's a very welcome change. And there comes the defeat after that Yoo-Hoo Cannon attack. So I have 2 turns as it says up there. So let's get out to this victory thing here. Maybe try to sync it up with the DS version off in the corner, wherever I decide to put it. Very angry at the Dermite token, getting her confused with Wisdom, even though it's kind of a thing. Sequel Scarf must be a thing kind of new. There's a different prize in the DS version. Let's go ahead and back out and see what their prize is. See what it's all about. Of course, I don't want to get too heavy-handed with the 3DS version. I'm mainly using this for the sake of my experience and for practice. I could also show off that giant battle thing. Looks interesting. Haven't really taken a look at it. Must be harder giant battles, says Bowser. Sequel Scarf. Critical hits on enemies with burn and dizzy status effects. That'd be an interesting thing to combine with another thing that like inflicts burn after a counter attack or something. Or maybe that's the thing I have with Bowser. Anyway, how about I get moving on to the Class 2 challenge? Class 2 is going to be another boss fight, the Alpha Cretan X. I was actually forgetting the name for a little bit, but yep. Get on into this battle. And it's looking very nice and almost like a wrestling arena. Alright, just gotta remember how to deal with this thing. At least leave some green around for Luigi when things come around. It doesn't really do the armor deal. Oh yeah, I also didn't really do enough to take it down. Oop, I haven't really watched the pattern, but I think it's 1 Luigi, then 2 Marios, rest of Luigi. Yeah. Hammer is of course a bit more lenient in the 3DS games because you don't really drop it, you can just hold it out and use both brothers if you so desire. But I like to implement a little bit of challenge level. I could also do brothers attacks so I don't waste too many turns, even though I do have plenty to go around with. So how about a Yoo-Hoo Cannon? Let's see if I can do a little bit of targeting. Maybe it'll work on just about anything. As I'm going with Mario, might as well work out to be second Mario. Okay, only that green thing is doing some dodging. Okay, it looks like the red ones aren't doing anything, so the brother hitting the respective color, I think still may carry over. May have actually been different in the DS version. I wasn't really paying attention, but yeah. Boom. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna cut out a little bit of the slide. Oh, I was unintentionally doing the guarding thing that you do with the Y button. Hardly ever do that. Alright, we got a badge fill up here, and you can see off to the side is actually in reserve. You can actually build up 2. I don't really have the utmost knowledge of this game, so there might be some situations where it's limited to 1 or it could come down to 3, but I'll go ahead and use this thing. I think it's a little bit better than the bonus in the DS version because, as I found out, it only really applies to 1 attack, so jump helmet is a good follow-up once you have that thing going. Or anything that would implement the powers of both brothers, like maybe also Yoo-Hoo Cannon. Actually, no, it's like a consecutive thing, so only the first brother hit. Alright, yeah, we are at a little fill-up, so I have this little power increase, so a little bit more there, but that's all I needed. But at least it can still let you finish your jump, even on enemies that would be dead. Even in the DS version of this, you can still do a regular 2-jump situation. And finish off for Luigi. Oh yeah. And once all these pieces are defeated, there's the Thanos Snappy Disintegration, relevant at any point in time. Alright, yeah, all gray and everything. Whoa, why does it not change the color? Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter yet. So, no brother pass-throughs yet until then. Kind of a tighter window of time, let's see. Of course, we're kind of dealing with faster stuff, so gotta be careful. Yep. Things don't really seem too bad. Oh, I guess that doesn't really matter because it's, yeah, you just gotta watch for the one that's actually real. It's one of the top 2 ones. I didn't really fully pay attention. Let's go for this. Let's see if any come out to be fake. In fact, it could have too much HP and it's hard to keep track of. Oh well, at least it's gonna rearrange after this, I believe. Alright, you do a dumpy do right there, and then you're going all the way to the front of the line again, I believe. Let's see, what should I do? I'll do jump helmet because it's a single target. Oh yeah, we're gonna do the combination of that fill-up pow, and then we do the flumpy. I think it's the bottom left, boy. 1 partial jump, but still, we do 90 damage. That's a decent increase over it all. Fury mode, finally. And it's rearranged, so this fight could actually not be winnable for us. Well, at least these parts are going down pretty easily compared to the start of everything. Maybe I should start off with regular jumps instead of trying to be strategic with Yoo-Hoo Cannon and all that. It's like Yoo-Hoo Cannon for the first phase and then jump helmet for this one. So while there is victory in the DS version, there is an unfortunate battle termination due to turn limit here in the 3DS version. We'll get done with that eventually though, probably on my own time without recording. Alright, Mario and Luigi, how about we go on over to the Calesta Road and try for the Super Bouncer thing? Yeah, how far will your attacks kill you? I'm doing this one before the DS version of stuff. Getting all flippity-floppity. I just go ahead and set my stylus down because I know I won't need it. Alright, I already got my records on there. I'm glad Yoo-Hoo Cannon was much easier. Super Bouncer, well, it's gonna have to get a nice little rhythm of it. Alright, I thought the thing was gone for a second, the screen. I was like, don't you be doing that to me. Alright, let's do some accuracy with the thing. Does it let me do the... yeah. I was gonna say, like, is it letting me use the D-pad? Not so quite sure. But I think from this point, we kind of get the gist of it. We're gonna speed up. Oh no, I've done did a failure. I can't believe I've done did that. I'm gonna try it again. $29 and then comes 30. Won't you count along with me and go for a straight up failure? But hey, at least it makes me count up. Good enough, I guess. Just that slightly bit extra. There's the Dizzy Boots. I think I already have these in the DS version. But just to be absolutely sure, I'm going to go ahead and pop into that there menu and see what it's all about. And of course I'm getting the respective pieces of equipment for the DS version. Some for the same, some for the difference. I don't know. But yeah, pretty self-explanatory on the dizziness. Basically, a hammer turned into a jump. Ooh, very edgy. And now for the rest of this episode, we're going to have post-commentary many months later. Last little bit of stuff was recorded back in June, and now it's December 28th, 2019. So yes, finally time to get back to this game, of course. I mean, we're already partway through the episode. Same stuff happening as in the 3DS version, just to show some brief comparisons. I have a little bit of saturation here on the DS version to brighten up the colors a little bit. Not always most effective, but things are probably a bit more vibrant and pseudo-realistic in the 3DS version. But anyway, we got some cutscening to do. Hey, aren't you Private Gump? King Bowser, you're okay? Of course I am. Where are the others? Hopefully I'm not blunkling my microphone too much. What happened to Sergeant Guy and Lubla Hoop? Aren't they your unit? Yeah, they are my unit. When it got all giant back in Dimblewood, we kind of panicked and ran for the hills, or the forest. Now it's just me, kind of skipping over the text, but you can read it yourself. Sarah, what brings you to this area? Oh, well, and here's the whole story, and so I'm on my way to find all the star cures. All of them? Do they happen to look anything like this? Well, I don't know. Too much fourth wall breaking for me. Probably, though. What do you know about it? Sir, I can report that there's a star cure in Bowser's Castle. Heard some guy named Cuzzle in Black Beach is doing that stuff and installing it because you're awesome. Underground treasure chamber of Bowser Castle. Must have a little bit of retracing of steps to do as Bowser. Fyi, 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 or fyi, or FYI, whatever this bird may say. Message from Mr. Mario, Mr. Luigi, Mr. Violent Face Puncher, now connecting to Dr. Toadley in Toad Town. Ah, check one, hello. ... Aha! Are we connected? Ahem. Oh, almost out of breath there. Have discovered the identity of the next star cure? I have, indeed. From Cuzzle. Brilliant! Sounds like the guy's star cure is already in my castle. And did I see that Mario and Luigi got the first star cure already? Indeed I have. Congratulations, I'm adding the word indeed way too much. What? Bowser says angrily. I'm doing narration. I've got to get that second star cure. I'm just glossing over all this text, probably because it's, post-commentary and, stuff. The live commentary wasn't commentary. Sergeant Guy, Corporal Paraplonk, fine, whatever. And then we go to the bottom screen. The second star cure is in Bowser's Castle. We should leave this one to Bowser for now. And then we're going to go floop right back to normal speed. The video is going to be speeding up eventually, but for the time being, we're just enjoying our time here at Bumpsy Plains / Blubble Lake. A lot of bean spots there that Mario and Luigi may or may not be able to pick up if they were to exit Bowser. Possibly, maybe not. Oh, I didn't quite do the rhythm that I did, or that I like to do. But, gotta knock our way through. Open things around for us a little bit. Slightly more accessible, because we are right around the entryway. Editing around that, no real need to show it. I don't know if the Hunter Band or other things haven't been shown off or not yet, but our kind of main attraction here for now. Greetings to vous, military or something, the limit, hehe, take it to the limit with that song, So then, s'il vous plaît. I took French for you, Brooke, madame. But, here comes Koopa. These things aren't really going to be getting too much easier. I mean, they're slightly easier in the 3DS version, but we're showing the regular DS version for the time being. Yep, you just gotta play a little bit of pinball / curling, and of course I'm speeding this thing up. My hand got very cramped doing this because you just gotta be careful how you do it, and sometimes Bowser gets out of whack with how you're moving the stylus, and you don't really have time to correct yourself because you're constantly having to move around and hit things. Getting all the way through past the 150 mark, of course being all sped-tastic. Get used to things being in this speed for a little bit the rest of the episode, maybe not too much with Bowser though. So we're getting to the 250 mark, and yeah, starting to lose your guys, and get ready, and clunk, yep, gotta clonk him away. Needed 89 more, she gets all wink-tastic with me, uh-oh. So, yep, we are into this with the B rank. Tried to go for the A rank to get better things, instead of just coins. So what next, huh? Well, I'm gonna try it again, huh, and here we go on with the speeding up. It took a few attempts and my arm got very cramped. Yeah, just went a little bit above, not quite a full circle, just very barely out of the way of such a thing. But yep, we're going to normal speed with the bone things that increase your defense 30% with certain conditions. And now we're going speed, even though we are kind of doing new stuff. There's no real story stuff beyond talking to Private Goop or whatever. Just do that and bounce our way up. We're basically tying the world together. Make a little pathway, Yep, ties things around like that. Then if you go through there, we're at Bumpsy Plains with that chalk road to travel with your minds with. Make sure I'm not going too slowly. But yeah, we're going to Brocklemansia to turn in our biddy and get the block things. Another little defense booster thing to tie things together. But from this point on, we are going to go to Mario and Luigi mode. Yep, everything ties together. You can't really go underground to anything. But here we are in Toad Town, with the top screen showing as it is. And it's time for some bean collection, with a brief tutorial to tunnel underground and do that. So just pause the video if you need to. I'm going to keep the map open on the bottom screen as it is. There's some things there. It was kind of bright on my screen normally playing to get that being there. But there were a couple things, some house, and then you go to the kind of outskirts of town. You can't quite get all of them because part of it's going to require finishing the blorb stuff to get all of them. And of course we're getting mushroom balls. Again, you can pause if you need to. A lot more than I thought I had to collect. So let's turn this little bit of stuff in. Get some coins out of the deal and super nuts. Plenty of things and coins. A lot of tings of 1-up mushrooms and more coins. So the rest of them are mostly going to be areas that I didn't think about jumping in. Behind certain spots and a little bit of digging as well. So you can't quite get all of them. But the main deal is to get some coins by the end as well as the final reward. Retry clock and other things. A lot of coins and beans. Lovely tings. Alright. Almost there. We got 2,000 coins. And then we got the treasure specs, which will allow you to quite more oftenly get treasures when you defeat enemies. So yep. Just increase and bump up our stats like the feathers in Pokemon games. Or, you know, Carbos and all those vitamins. And there's the Shine Rank store. Different things right there. Pause and look if you wish. I don't think I bought anything there, but yep, you can get the Happy Charm and Budget Charm, things we have seen before, and some new things as well. And we also got the Flopper, that enemy right there, that Bowser would normally be able to blast through, just like the, what are they, Moffle Mole, have things written down, because I didn't really pay attention while recording. But yeah, not really too hard, even though I had a little bit of trouble in my first run with certain enemies, but I got used to it over time. Some miscellaneous items to pick up as well, and also beans. Again, pause the video, look at the map. There's also Super Mario Wiki. I didn't fully finish this puzzle right here because I didn't quite know what to do, but I'll be like practicing, so to speak, and retreading certain things in the 3DS version because I didn't do the bean collection in there. But any things that I figure out, I will like write down and make note of. Of course, there will be like more side questing times. There's a brief stint into Dimblewood, but I didn't want to go too far with that. So there we go with another opening to the pipe yard from inside Bowser, because there's plenty of ways to go around and some leveling up. Not quite getting the numbers I desired because there were like +3s and 4s in there, but I only ended up with the +1. So getting out there, we're now at Cathy Cape. What else was I trying to say? Oh yeah, I can't quite go to all areas of the Blubble Lake, so we'll be doing it with all in due time or whatever. That's a weird way to sneak around there. And there's some trees that I didn't think about doing. We got the Chaboombas we're dealing with. Of course, I didn't really need to do anything too special with Mario and Luigi, because they're like the very first enemies that Bowser can fight. Not even too challenging at this point with Mario and Luigi. But these right here are Borps. They're kind of like certain things in Super Star Saga, kind of reminds me of. Like, oh yeah, like the Bahamut or whatever in the Oho Ocean / Guahara Lagoon undergroundness. Pay attention to all the beans I'm getting. Squeeze past all the trees and you can fall down here. There's still a little bit of stuff that we can do with Bowser as well when the time is right, but we're about gonna be finishing all we can do with Mario and Luigi. But yeah, Fire Flower does critical to those guys, and they can spoop back and forth. Alright. I thought there were beans around there. Well, since it's like it's dark here, it's in Bowser's castle, blah blah blah. We're treading all the way. Here's where Bowser got the Judge Shell, I believe. Go all the way to where Bowser got started. There's the Chalk Road. Then a final bean right there, even though, well, I didn't quite get all of them. I just had to retread right there. Just didn't think immediately to crawl under them. You don't think you would be able to, but that about covers it there with that final bean of Heartness. 11 out of 11 there at Cathy Cape. So, finalize our stats and get on into Plaque Beach. Keeping things sped up, but of course we're just doing side quests and stuff. Trying to not trigger too much story stuff, even though nothing really triggers at this point anyway. Until we get going to Bowser Castle as Bowser himself. So there's all that. Get some syrups and everything and lots of coins. I'm surprised how well I did this little bit of platforming there, even though it seemed like I would have failed. Get the tunnel stuff and some max nut. Oh yeah, that Luigi meme picture. Some tunneling and leveling up. A little bit better numbers right here. Another better. Another butter. Buddy. Fuddy duddies. I don't know. Kind of swiveled the videos out of order here. Like, up until this point, it was all kept linear, but there's like a single bean in an area I went to. I didn't want to quite get too out of sequence. We're not quite there yet. Just a little bit of totem puzzly stuff right here. It'd be fun to do in 3DS version, except that you don't do the 3D function in the 3DS version because it's kind of a late stage 3DS game. But there's big stomp boots that I decided to put on because it helps with the first strike stuff. Get more beans that I almost forgot about. And go to Brockmansia's island that you first meet him at to pull him in from. Get everything all figured. Get them beans. This is an area right here that I can't quite do everything in because there's a little spooshy thing that we're not able to spoosh around right yet. There's the heartware, which increases my hearts quite a bit, so I did a nice upgrade there. I was just testing to see if I lost HP by jumping into those spikes, but it seems to not be the case. So yeah, we'll go back there later when we need to. Getting some stuff, just clear things out. Saving again, and just keep in mind for that little place right there as we get a couple beans surrounding here. Just gotta keep it in mind. We've heard the name of the person that might reside there, Cuzzle, but it comes later. And of course, this right here is kind of a place where you'd have to go through within the story. Oh, there's also some enemies. We got the Jolbit Crab and Pin Drill. Gotta be careful not to trigger the Bob-omb, so just wait before you hammer, because if it's got a clump of dirt, it's gonna be a Bob-omb. Has a good deal of HP as well, but of course that wasn't really using too many brothers items slash skills. But yeah, that's how I went out of order. There's the blooper statue. Get your beans all around here. And we're about getting to the point to where I'm going to be ending this episode. So, there's all that little bit of side questy stuff. We're about to go to normal speed here in a second. Not quite done with beans in Plaque Beach, not Cabby Cape, but they'll be a lot more easier to come by than the scattered about ones. So anyway, that's about it for side quests and stuff as I go to around normal speed. Until next time on Bowser's Inside Story, where we continue the story a little bit more as Bowser get headed towards his castle again in search of the second star cure. Do not toast yourself, and remember, it's what's on the outside that counts for now.